let's go into our final question. So there's been a lot of buzz, particularly around the word diffusion, primarily due to the stable diffusion tool. But from a computer science perspective, could you explain what a diffusion model is, and like why is it so kind of core or central to kind of creative use cases such as text to image or image to image generation?
Right. So I think before we talk about diffusion models, we need to first understand how the process of image generation works. So if we think about image generation, it's essentially a reverse of image classification or something like image encoding. Let's say if we want to classify an image into different categories, what we do is we usually apply a convolutional neural network iteratively to reduce the dimension of the image to something in a lower dimensional space, in a latent space, and then you can do classification or whatever. And the image generation is a reverse process. You start with something in the latent space, in a low dimensional space, and then you deconvolute it into something of bigger size, and then you do image generation. And I think that's how DALL-E 1 does it. And diffusion model is quite different. And it seems to be working a lot better as of today because they are state of the art as of today. It comes from physics or thermodynamics. If you observe how elements move in physics, they kind of follow a Brownian process to Brownian movement. If you drop an ink into water, the ink elements will spread all over to the water. So an analogy here in the image generation process is like we can think about if there's a perfect image, you already have an image that, let's say it's a cat or a dog or something recognizable. We can slowly inject add noise into every pixel. And after a few iterations, let's say 100 iterations, the image will be totally not recognizable. It becomes pure noise. And the diffusion model tries to do the backward. They want to start with some pure Gaussian noise, and then you slightly denoise the model iteratively, and finally, by denoising, I mean you manipulate every pixel. And how do you manipulate it? You build a neural network to predict how you can manipulate it. And then eventually you recover the process and you have a recognizable image that is very high resolution, very beautiful.